Welcome to Bali. We finally made it. You know, we've spent 2 previous winters in Bali and it feels just amazing, amazing to be back. We're here for about 2 months. Our apartment's behind us. But before I show the apartment, let me show you our core ride for the next 2 months. We'll rent out some different bikes and try some other stuff, but this is the core. This is the one that will probably stay for the entire 2 months, and it is one of Southeast Asia's best loved motorbikes, the Honda Scoopy. It's 110cc, I think it's 9 horsepower, and if I'm right, I just did a Google search, this is around about £1,180 to actually buy one of these in Indonesia, so it's incredibly good value. In all the time we spent in Southeast Asia, that's 2 previous winters, I've never seen a little Honda on the side of the road broken down. They are amazing machines. It's got, just turn the key, it's so easy, push a button. I mean, it's not in there now, but space for 1 helmet. It's genuinely comfortable for 2 people. And this, after getting a bit of criticism in the last video that I didn't pick the bike that Monika wanted, this is Monika's choice. They actually brought down a few bikes, and the way to get around Southeast Asia, Bali, is by moped. Just everyone gets it, whether you're a 10-year-old, whether you're a family of 4, whether you like to wear full protective gear or not even a helmet. Everyone rides these. It's the tool for the job. So you get to a hotel and the first thing they ask you is, what moped? I was about to say what moped. I've just learned recently moped is the wrong term for it. They said, what motorbike do you want? And they had a row of Hondas, but there wasn't a Scoopy there. And I looked at Monika and I knew she wouldn't take it. So they had to go and actually get 2 Scoopies. So within half an hour, there were 2 Scoopies parked next to each other. And Monika could choose which one she wanted. So this is Monika's bike of choice.
I love it.
Happy with it, Monika?
Oh yes, very happy.
Monika has actually had a few just very, very soft lessons here. So she has actually had a few experiences of riding this, and she can do it with no issue at all. So this is the bike. It is just, everything's fantastic value here. It's £92 for a month. You can't go wrong with that. Paperwork needed, minimal. I mean, in theory you need a driving license, but I'm not even sure if I showed that. So £92 for the month. I just filled up with fuel top to bottom on that, and bear in mind my guess is it uses no fuel. It must do 120 miles minimum per tank. £2.75p to fill the tank. It costs nothing. I was about to show you upstairs, but Monika thinks it's more important to show the pool. So we'll show you this. This place cost us, and this is interesting to bear in mind, £1,150 booking on booking.com. But we've just decided to extend our stay here by another month, and we got it for £900. And I think that's pretty fair value. So, sorry if I sound like I'm panting. It's 30 degrees at the moment, and it's about 10:30 in the morning. It's a beautiful pool area. They're famous for it in Bali, but everyone is just beyond sweet. Let's show you from an elevated point.
Beautiful.
Stunning, isn't it? Just beautifully landscaped, everything immaculate. It feels like they've got a team of 10, 15 people working through the night, just constantly making sure everything's immaculately clean. They really do keep it top level. And our apartment is, you know, I was about to say it's that one, but I think it may even be the one around the corner.
Yeah.
So we'll go inside and show you. We'll take you to our favourite lunch spot, or one of our favourite lunch spots, and you may get a glimpse of how the traffic actually is here, because really in Bali, probably the only way to get round is scooter. You could get a bigger one like these NMAXs. These look lovely. But the reason I love the Scoopy, it's tiny. And you'll see riding on the pavements here is normal, doing anything you can to not get stuck in traffic. So that's why we've gone for the Scoopy. And one other thing to mention, thank you all. It is really appreciated, whether it's good or bad, positive or negative comments with regards to safety gear. I got a lot of criticism in the last video for for wearing flip-flops and only wearing a helmet, nothing else. It's hugely appreciated. It's good to get a balanced argument. You know, Yes, we're in Southeast Asia, but you know, still the safety element is an important factor. So it's important to mention, even though I am not wearing any safety gear, there are plenty of people who think I'm quite foolish for wearing no safety gear. So do bear that in mind if you're considering coming to Bali. You know, yes, you may see a lot of people in no safety gear, but of course you can't argue with the fact that the most sensible thing to do is still be fully kitted up. And of course you need to make your own decision for that. So thank you so much all. Whether it's positive or negative, I love reading the comments, so it's hugely appreciated. My helmet comes with it. We had a choice of 3 helmets, funnily enough. I've got this. Monica's gone for an ultra custom helmet that I'll show you in a second. And there was
I didn't have a choice.
Oh, you had a choice,
No,
Monica.
I didn't.
You
just gave it to me.
I'll show you Monica's upstairs.
You chose this one.
There was also one helmet and it had cracked all the way along here, but instead of throwing it away, they had cable tied it, like stitches, the whole way along. Right, our place for the next 2 months. We were delighted with this, by the way. I think it's a really good find at this price.
So 900 a month if you book directly.
Exactly that. Book directly, you'll get 900 a month for this place. We'll include the link below because you should be able to save a bit of money if you get it direct. I think that's a very cool helmet, Monica. Good choice.
It looks good on you, but not on me.
I want to pinch it off you. You look like you should be riding a custom chopper.
I want to swap. I'm happy to swap.
Look at how low profile that is. Maybe we will swap. Maybe we will. Okay, here's the property. I would say it's probably more like a studio than just a one bed. A lovely big size, really clean and simple. Flip you over here, Monica, because this is just a glorious view outside. Banana trees everywhere. You can see how lush it is because it does rain a lot in Bali. So far it seems to be every evening at about 5 o'clock there's a torrential downpour. In fact, let me put a little video here of what it was like yesterday because the roads got so flooded we almost felt like we'd have to turn back. That was absolute madness, but then it dries off within about 20 minutes or so. So luscious banana trees everywhere. Feels like you're in the middle of the jungle. I should say the heat is another level, just constantly a really wet, closed-in heat. Bathroom through there, if you want to quickly show Monica. I'll turn the light on for you.
No, it's fine.
Cool. Light doesn't work, but you can imagine that with a working light. Monica, would you like to come with me for lunch?
Yes, ready.
Do you trust yourself with one hand, holding on to me and one hand filming?
Yes.
Because I want to show a bit of this ride. I don't know how busy it will be, but you'll get to see a glimpse here of Balinese roads. Hello. while Monica's in the shop, I will just take her on a little walk around Canggu, because this is probably the area for surfers, cafe lifestyle, and it's not back probably to pre-pandemic levels, but it's certainly getting there quite quickly. Every 20 meters or so you've got a fantastic restaurant, you've got a coffee shop, motorbike rental, custom bike shop, surf shop. It's got a fantastic vibe, and bikes parked everywhere, because really, without question, the best way to get around is rent your own little motorbike. All you need is a driving license. The forms required are minimal, so you'll have no issues at all getting one. They're dirt cheap. If you get a simple one, it's about £2 a day or so if you get it long term. And you just have that fantastic feeling of freedom. Your own transport, you park wherever you like, you go explore, you stop for a coffee. Full of like-minded people, it really is. One of the places, I think this is the magic of Bali, that feeling of freedom that you get is fantastic. One other thing to mention before I go and get Monica, and I can't guarantee this for everyone, but for visas and COVID and things like that for Bali, we weren't actually checked. I mean, I'm fully jabbed for COVID, but anyone who's not a fan of vaccinations, we weren't checked for any COVID certificates or anything like that. It was much, much easier than the internet would let on. So you may be in luck if you're not COVID vaccinated and you do want to come to Bali. I would say you've certainly got a decent chance of being allowed to get in now. They are making the laws more relaxed. Food quality in Bali, it's all just made from scratch, incredibly high quality, and it feels like there are restaurants everywhere. But I do remember here, we were here 4 years ago, last time, just pre-COVID, and you had to queue to be able to get in here. Bikes parked all the way along here, and there was actually a parking attendant who'd make sure that you were parked in the right spot. So it's probably a good 40% less busy than we were last here. This is an example though. This is probably one of the more expensive places. This is a vegan lasagna. It looks incredible. Big portion, about probably £4.85 or so, but you can have an incredible meal in Bali, really very, very good, for about £3.50 plus, and a coffee's about £2.50. So there's no point eating from home, going to a supermarket, because supermarket food is surprisingly expensive, whereas eating out is ridiculously cheap, and it's the best quality food with the freshest ingredients I've ever had. And if you've never come to Southeast Asia before, for us Brits, we like to go to Spain, but this is a completely different part of the world. This, Bali, is more Australia's version of us Brits going to Spain. It is full of Aussies, and they're raised differently in Australia. I mean, the things you see, I've never seen so many mullets with moustaches. I've seen there was one Australian guy about 2 days ago, the finest mullet I've ever seen in my life, with a moustache, vest on, Bintang logo on the back, which is the local beer here, running down the street, and I thought he'd won big on a scratch card, but then I heard what he was shouting, and he was shouting that happy hour starts in 5 minutes' time. So he was sprinting down the road with his mullet flapping in the air, just running down the street to make sure that he gets the most of the happy hour. You see some things here. Okay, we'll tuck into that, but £4.85, great value. And Monica, just pan over there, there's coconut trees right in front of us. It's stunning, isn't it? With fields just in front of us, park the bike right next to it. It's a glorious lifestyle. Well, thanks so much everyone for coming along on our first day back in Bali, or our first video back in Bali. It feels just incredible to be back. Please do give the video a like, subscribe to the channel. Monica, I'll come pick you up in an hour, so take care all.